Hi, and welcome to the Getting Started with Credit Logics video tutorial. The purpose of this video is to teach you how to utilize the software to make your job easier. You can use Logics to organize your leads, save important notes about your clients, give you statistics about your sales, and a number of other functions that we will go over in this video. When you first log into Logics, you will see this screen. The first thing that you'll need to do when a client calls in is create a new case file. To start, click here on the Cases drop-down, and then click on New Case. Clicking on New Case will create a blank new lead. At the top, you can see that the client automatically starts off as a prospect, which means that the client has not agreed to pay for services yet. They also start out in an active prospect status. The client status lets you know how far into the program the client or prospect is. As the client progresses through the system, the client will keep moving through statuses. Probability allows you to input the likelihood of the client signing up for your program. This will allow you to organize your leads by how serious you think they are. That way, you can focus on your strongest leads. Once a lead is converted to a client, this option will be replaced by payment status, so you can easily see if they are paid in full, current, or past due. On the right side of the screen is the Activities section. This is where any changes that are made to the file are saved, such as status updates, case reassignments, or billing updates. You can store and access all sorts of important information here. For example, you can record notes about every conversation you have with the client, so even if you don't speak for a few weeks, you can still remember what was discussed. Below Activities is the Notes section. Here you are free to write down any miscellaneous notes about the client. You can use the section to remind yourself of any important information that you discuss with the client that you can use later to help make the sale. Now let's focus on the main page, the profile page. The profile page is where the bulk of the client's information will be stored. You can use the profile page to immediately access your client's contact information, view their credit report login information, and see which employees are assigned to work on their case. Let's start by inputting the client's name and saving the file. Now we're going to focus on the second tab. This is the billing page. Here you can see that it's split into 4 separate sections: the invoice section, the payment section, the payment schedule, and the billing summary. To begin the billing process, you need to add an item to the invoice here. You'll select Type, and here you can input price and add a description. Each new item that you are billing a client for will be listed here, along with the date that it was added. This allows anyone who is looking at the file to immediately see what kind of services the client has been billed for. Over here, you can also see that an activity was added. This not only confirms when an invoice item was added, but it will also tell you who added the item. Now take a look at the billing summary. This window will continue to update with billing information. So now that we've added a service, let's go over adding payments. To add a credit card or bank account for the client, click here on Edit Payment Methods. Here you'll just click on Add. Once you've clicked on Add, just select what type of account you're adding. Let's go with Add Credit Card, and then fill in your client's information. It's as easy as that. Now let's create a payment schedule. The payment scheduler is simple to use. All you have to do is click right here on Payment Scheduler. You can click Add to add in payments manually, or you can click on Auto Schedule to schedule the balance out for you. Here, you can input the start date for the payments, how often the client wants to make the payments, and the number of total payments the client will need to make. Let's try 2 monthly payments. You can see here that Logics will automatically calculate the amount each payment will have to be to complete the payments. You can then select Auto Pay here, and this will run all of the payments automatically, so they don't have to be run manually each time. Once you've set up the client's payment arrangement and invoice, you will need to send the client their service agreement. To review any documents that you would like to send, you can go to the Forms tab. Just type in the form that you're looking for here, and it will automatically pop up. Let's select Service Agreement. You can see here that Logics will use all of the information that you've saved in various fields and will populate it on the forms for you. Once you're ready to send your documents, just click here on Send Docs. You can select your documents from the drop-downs on the left-hand side, and then select the method by which you'd like to send them out here. Logics will fill in any saved email address or fax number options for you. Just fill out any remaining information or messaging needed and click Send to send your documents. You can see over here that Logix will then add an activity. This will allow you to see which forms you've already sent the client. Now you need to click here and move the client to a newer status. This way you can organize all of your case files based on where they're at in the system. So now that we've sent out all of the required documents, we need to make sure that the client sends them back. So go here into the Tasks tab. Just click on New Task over here, and you can create a task for yourself to call the client to make sure that the client sends in those forms. Logix will automatically send you an email notifying you of every task that is assigned to a case in your name if you have your settings set to allow this. Anytime you set a task for yourself, you can also set a reminder here. This will send an email to you to remind you about the task whenever you want the reminder to be set. Once you've hit OK, the task will be listed here. Anytime you go into a client's file, you can go into Tasks and Events and see exactly what tasks and events are assigned for that case. When the client finally sends the forms in, you'll want to mark your task complete. So open your task back up by double-clicking on it, and then add comments and mark it complete here. You might also want to log an activity. To do this, click on New. You can change the activity type to Documents Received and then type in Received Forms. Then hit OK. After that, you'll need to upload the forms into Logix. You do that by going to the Documents tab. Click here on Upload Document. Name the file, and then click here to browse a document from your computer. Once you have a client's signed forms in Logix and the payment schedule set up, you can click here on Prospect and then on Convert to Client. Depending on the rules for your particular office, instead of Convert to Client, it might say Submit for Approval. This will then go to a manager who will review the file and the documents to make sure that everything was done correctly. Your client will then be converted from a prospect to an official client status, and you can begin working on repairing their credit.
To begin the credit repair process, you'll first want to import the client's credit report. To do this, go to the Credit Report tab. You can import the report by clicking Import. From there, you can either select your saved HTML file here or copy and paste the contents here, and then click Continue. Once you've added the client's credit report to the system, you will see that the Credit Scores section is then updated with your client's credit scores from all 3 bureaus along with the date that the report is added. You can view any of the reports that you've uploaded by clicking on History and then clicking View on the report that you would like to view. Underneath the Credit Score section, you'll see the Dispute Status section. You'll see tabs. The first one will show you your client's accounts. The second lists any inquiries that your client has. The third is for public records, and the fourth is for collections. To update a negative record and move it into dispute, simply click Edit on the line item. You can update the status of the inquiry by clicking on the Status dropdown. We're going to put this into dispute. You can also select the reason you are disputing the inquiry from the Reason dropdown, as well as instructions for the bureau to correct your client's information. This information will be used in the dispute letters that will be populated. From here, you can select the credit bureau the item is applicable to, and also view or edit account information as needed. When your selections are made, click Submit to update the record. You'll see here that the account status has now been changed to In Dispute, and the dispute summary has been updated as well. If you need to add or edit a reason or instruction, you can easily do so by clicking here. Once you've gone through the client's line items and updated the inquiries that you would like to send dispute letters to, click on the Dispute Letters tab. From here, you can generate your dispute letters. Just check the box under the agency for the line item you would like to mail. Then, under the Dispute Letter section, select the letter grouping that you would like to access by clicking Choose Letter, and the name of the letter template you would like to use by clicking here under Letter Name. From here, you can click Generate Letter to review, edit, and export your letter. After you've exported your letters, you can then send them out to the bureaus and update the status to Repaired once the issues are resolved. It's that simple. Please feel free to create a test case so you can try creating some dispute letters and going through the credit repair process for yourself. Thank you.